Well, hello you guys, welcome to The Corner, where we talk about anime, manga, and everything in between. Today is Versus Edition, where we pit anime against anime, manga against manga, similarity against similarity. It will never be an anime manga that don't have a lot of similarities to. They will always have a great amount of similarities. And today we're doing Heaven's Lost Property and Oh My Goddess. What are the similarities in these animes? The mythology, when it comes down to it, the goddesses versus the angels, the unlucky versus the really weird, kind of unlucky because of the situation got into, and the perv versus the prude. So there is a few opposites in there, but the similarities outweigh the unsimilar. So let's continue on with this episode. And for the point system, we will have a 3-point system and a bonus point if need be, which honestly, if it's a 3-point system, the bonus point really doesn't matter. So we'll flip right into that. The first point shall go to which anime had the better eye-catching first episode. And that can come to any cliffhangers that made you want to watch the next one, or the enjoyability of the anime that made you feel that you wanted to see more of it. Second point goes to battle style and the effectiveness of the battle at hand. Both animes have battles in them, and both animes will be shown what will be debated on those properties. The properties in hand are best battle ability, best animation during the battle, and best outcome type situation. And the third and final point is ending, how they ended the series and how it made us feel and making us want more, or just finished it off in general. An anime that is good normally in recent years has been one that has been cut short and doesn't have a second season to it, meaning that you want more of it. It gave a great impression and you want to see more of it, and that's what I'm looking for in the endings, except if the ending has a close-ended ending. It finished the anime. And both these animes have finished themselves up in some way, shape, or form, which means they will not be continuing. So we will continue on with this episode. So for the first point, we get the intros of both animes. In Oh My Goddess, we get the unlucky guy who does not have much of a luck with anything, actually. He was born under an unlucky star. Things just end up going wrong for him all the time. He is a part of the mechanics club. He is in their dorms, which he gets to live there for free as long as he is a part of the club in general. The club itself does not allow women in it, but they do have a woman at mechanic, but that's for a different situation. This episode pans out to show how unlucky he is and what the goddesses have decided to do for him. So when it shows him as a good, kind-hearted guy, somebody that really just wants to help out and just does what needs to be done. He ends up having to return a DVD in this episode, runs to the store, and drops it off just in time. His luck changed just a little bit there. And then he passes a girl who was crying, and he talks to her and helps her out. This causes him to be a little behind on schedule, and he races off to the dorms. At the dorms, he answers the phone, gets the phone that he needs to answer, and then he needs to make a call afterwards. So what in turn ends up happening is he makes the call, and the goddess hotline activates. Destiny was given to him this day. A goddess shows up, and he is given a chance to get one wish from this goddess. Any wish he wants. This is where it leaves off. A cliffhanger of such that makes you want to continue watching it. It grabs your attention. It puts you on that quest. Makes you hanging for it, asking for help. It tells you, watch the next episode type of situation, and I will bring you back up. It was a great beginning. It had an epic first storyline, and it put a lot into the first episode itself, going from his unluckiness to how he is as a character, developing the cast as well in one whole episode. Some animes have to take a good season before the whole cast is really known and really seen. The world is really built. But this first episode gave a good representation of how everybody was and what really goes on. And on the other hand, we get to Heaven's Lost Property, where we travel with a perverted little boy who ends up having a dream of destiny that tells him that he is destined for something greater and something's about to happen, pretty much. He's had this dream throughout his life, and it's always made him cry for reasons of the mother in the dream. It's just one of those situations that ends up happening. Through the first episode, at the very beginning, after he wakes up from his dream, his karate chopping neighbor comes over to wake him up every day. Which, have you guys noticed that in most of these harems, the parents are never around? Never. Like gone. But that's the point. Anyways, she comes over and wakes him up. When he wakes up, she realizes that he's at full mass. And he continues to state, I heard being at full mass in the morning is a good thing. And she karate chops him in the face. Well, this is the beginning of the humor of Heaven's Lost Property. As the episode continues on, we learn more about Kirito and his friends, and things end up starting to happen with one of his friends being a very intelligent guy who talks about a world anomaly that floats around the world at all times and will be up in the sky that night. And so he was asked to come to the area that they will be able to view this anomaly for themselves. Well, when he gets there, everybody's gone, nobody can show up, and he's the only one there. What ends up happening is the anomaly shows up, and things just start falling from this anomaly, including an angel. A winged girl falls from the sky, hitting the ground, making a crater. He goes over, and then he's like, well, maybe I should just leave this alone and be done with it because I just want a peaceful life. His motto is a peaceful life. And he starts walking back, and he's like, I can't do that. I need to save her. So he jumps over, goes into saving her through all this debris that's falling from the sky, and in turn ends up being attached to her at this point in time because she sinks herself to him. And now he has an angel for a master. This continues on as he gets home. She says, I can give you any wish you wish, and things end up happening. He starts to do all these weird, perverted things, taking panties, grabbing boobs, doing what he wants, and then ends up coming back home and saying, hey, all that's left is for him to rule the world. This wish coming true as well. The angel says to him, well, you asked to rule the world, and from our statistics, nobody would take you as a king, so we're erasing humanity. Everybody starts to disappear and die, and he starts to regret it. Towards the end of this, he says, she asks, would it be better if I just killed myself? And he's like, yeah, kill yourself. That's all that's left at this point. And she goes to kill herself, and then he stops her, saying, no, don't kill yourself, just take back that order, do not do it, you do not need to kill yourself type of situation. And he ends up doing one last thing, saying, I just wish this was all a dream. So when he wakes up the next day, the day restarts anew. It's back to the same point in time, and he asks, was that all a dream? Well, you did wish it to be a dream, and it became a bad dream. Do you wish for me to just be a dream? And he's like, no, do whatever you want. And this is the first moment you get to see that the angel is actually figuring out that she has a choice over following her master's will. This is the end of the episode, which ends at a definitive end. There is no cliffhanger or anything like that. The only type of cliffhanger you get is what happens after this point and how does it continue on. He has a person that can grant him any wish that he wants in his life. So, as we continue on with this, the point, let's see, there, anyways, the point shall go to Oh My Goddess. The reason Oh My Goddess gets this point is for the fact that Oh My Goddess left you on the biggest cleft note cliffhanger, sorry. Why do I keep saying cliffhanger? Biggest cliffhanger you could ever imagine. You have to come back next week to see the episode, to see what happens next, to see what's going to happen with this angel. While Heaven's Lost Property finished off their episode to show you that our anime can be fun, and we will complete the episode every day. So next week, if you want to join in, you can. But if you don't, you're not going to miss much. You just have to rewatch it some other time if you even want to. But you get that situation where you already know he has what he needs and can move on from that, which could be comedy or anything like that. And oh my goddess, though, it had a cliffhanger that grabbed your attention, that made you say, I want to see what happens. How does all this happen? You already know that he's going to get the goddess just because of how it's called, what it's called. But how? What does he say? How does it come about? And where does he go from here? That situation. You want to know all of that situation. Heaven's Lost Property hit that point of, alright, he can wish whatever he wants. It's just going to be a whole bunch of comedy feuds. And which pretty much ends up happening in the end. You don't really need to come back next week to see the next episode because it is a lot of random events. Until they add more characters into the mix that make the anime something different, there was no need to come back. You didn't need to rewatch if you didn't want to until that ended up happening. And oh my goddess, they made sure to give you that feeling to come back. So oh my goddess gets point number 1. Alright, now point 2, battle. The battle point goes in this situation, which this is going to be a short part of the segment because it's not really saying much about it. When it comes to Oh My Goddess, it wasn't made for a battle style system. Yes, there are a lot of things that happen and a lot of battles that take place, but the Oh My Goddess is mainly harem rom-com. It is just that in that case. There's not much when it comes to battle. There are battles in it, and battles do end up happening. There's a lot of things that take the cake when it comes down to it, but they have never been that in depth when it came down to it. When things happened, they could usually be talked out through talking and stuff. It could usually be done in certain ways because Belle Dandy's normally getting tricked into fighting and doing other things. It's just what ends up happening. Belle Dandy is normally the cause of what ends up happening. Now, in Heaven's Lost Property, we hit that point of the battles are ingrained into it. Heaven's Lost Property has a battle system that was incorporated in the first place because we learned that in Heaven's Lost Property, if you guys didn't want to know, spoiler alert, get this part, it should be like 5-10 seconds. Probably 5, that's something better. Anyways, the thing with that is that we find out that Icarus is a battle class angelwood, and she ends up being able to do battles a lot more than, let's say, Belle Dandy. She is made to do battles. Belle Dandy is not. She's just made to keep order and stuff like that. While Icarus has the ability to do so, and it shows throughout because they have to go through plenty of battles to situate the certain events. So Heaven's Lost Property gets the point. They have the battle system. They have what needs to happen in this anime for a battle to happen, and the animation for the battles weren't half bad either. It had a lot of good animations when it came down to it, and a lot of different situational effects that come into play, especially when not Belle Dandy, but Icarus's sisters come into play, and they feed off each other, making her a lot stronger, using her abilities to fight off. True, in this anime, in Heaven's Lost Property, the main protagonist does not want them to fight. He hates it when they fight, but will let them fight if that comes down to it, if he has to let them fight. Now, the battle area is pretty much done here because there was not much of competition here. There was not much I could really go about on this one, which makes me think maybe I should have done a battle one for this one. But there wasn't really much else to put into this placement. So I ended up just taking the battle and putting it in there. So Heaven's Lost Prophecy gets this point. So let's do the count now. Tied in this. So far, Heaven's Lost Prophecy 1, Oh My Goddess 1. Third point shall be the deal breaker. With that, we go into part 3. Alright, and here is part 3. Point 3 I should say, sorry. In point 3, it is dedicated on how it ended and what ended up happening. Alright, and Oh My Goddess, we get an interesting ending. An ending that really made you think as time went on, except it really didn't complete in the anime. There was not much of a completion when it came down to it. You get to see him finally confess his love to Belldandy, and things tend to take off, tend to stop around that point because she goes, sorry, I was surprised, can you repeat that? And he repeats it, and then she says it again, oh sorry, I'm surprised, can you repeat that? And it comes on from there, and it returns back to normal. The ending of Oh My Goddess was lacking in a lot of definitive ending, and it really didn't make you want to come, it really didn't really make much of a difference if you gotta see the next part or not. Which was completely opposite from its beginning. Like, in the beginning, it caught you right off the bat. It gave you that cliffhanger that you wanted, that you needed to go and see the next one to see what happens. In the end of it, it leaves you on that same type of cliffhanger, but it's not something you really care to go back to at that point, because it's just something that will continuously keep going on. You know that they both know each other's feelings for each other at this point, but there's not much point in it. You can have a lot more confrontation and conflicts in the situation, but there's not really anything else going on to it, right? If you want to continue on, you might as well watch something that shouldn't have a definitive end, that doesn't have a I love you moment. In Oh My Goddess, it had a good ending though. It was one of those cliche endings that made you feel and life goes on. Now, in Heaven's Lost Property, we get several different types of endings in here, which I found out later on as I've rewatched the whole thing and found a different ending than I had originally seen in the first place. It was very interesting to see it. Like, when they ended the series in the first part, there wasn't much of an ending to it. It was more like they could continue on type of situation. Well, apparently there was a movie brought out as well for Heaven's Lost Property, and I think it was a movie. I just messed up and didn't see the last episode for some odd reason, shape, or form, and I don't know. It's highly possible, guys. I did see this final ending moment, and this ending moment was a definitive end to the series. It was a defining factor in the whole section. We have a whole battle taking place, a situation that doesn't need to happen anymore, and Eki ending up fighting at the other angels, if I remember correctly, or am I thinking of the other one? Anyways, we have a moment at the very end where Eki disappears. She goes into the anomaly and disappears. She'll never be seen again. And this moment actually made me cry. She says, they finally say it to each other. He says to her, I love you, Bella. I love you, Icarus. And I don't want you to leave. And she ends up leaving anyways. It was a very sad ending, and it really gave a big punch in the gut when it came down to it. Like, I pretty much cried at the end of this. It gave points to the whole thing, and just ended it right then and there. The last encounters and everything like that really brought to light a lot of things that had happened throughout the anime, and how they tied it all in, how they tied it all up, and they continued on in the credits with how life continued on without her, but not in the same type of way. These animes both had some questionable endings, but both had a pretty decent end to them. They both tied up a lot of knots. They both gave a good representation of what an ending could be like. The differences in the endings just show the differences in how they evolve throughout time. And it goes to show with Oh My Goddess on how much it changed from the first episode to the last episode. And in Heaven's Lost Property, it goes to show you what changed from the good first episode to the last episode as well. And throughout the whole series, you still get to see the main protagonist as a pervert. He transforms into, throughout all these episodes, the perverted old man we normally see in most animes. He was the perverted old man in his lifetime, and when he goes into old age, he will still be that perverted old man without women around him. And he will laugh at the next guy. I remember when I was young. Women all around me type of situation. So you can just see that happening to him in the end. So the point for this one actually goes to Heaven's Lost Property. Because Heaven's Lost Property's ending had a big impact. It hit hard. For an anime that's supposed to be funny, that's supposed to have a lot of comedy in it, that's supposed to be lighthearted, the ending was very dark. It hit a serious point that you wouldn't necessarily see. Oh My Goddess, though, stayed the same throughout the whole series, pretty much. Yes, there were some lighthearted moments, but it pretty much ended with a lighthearted moment in the end as well. There wasn't much to the ending to make it stand out, I should say. Heaven's Lost Property stood out. And it's the reason why Heaven's Lost Property gets the final point. So, what did we learn here today about about Heaven's Lost Property and Oh My Goddess? Well, both animes have a lot to give and a lot when it comes down to it. They both are very engaging and entertaining. One started off with a moment where you didn't really care if you watched the next episode, because it's probably going to be another comedy episode with not much to give. Well, Oh My Goddess always gave a cliffhanger that grabbed your attention as time went on. Both shows had good points. Both shows had great moments. Both shows had hilarious situations. But in the end, Heaven's Lost Property had the most impact. It had the most defining ending out of both animes. And if you guys think differently, comment below, let me know. But I will be doing another Versus episode a little bit later on in the future. This first episode actually did take me a while to make. Through editing and stuff like that, it really took a long time. So I'm hoping to be able to do more of these later on, but they won't be like a weekly thing, probably more like a monthly thing, because they take a long time to make. And the original video that I was doing for this, I actually had 5 points given, and then I brought it down to 3. So I feel that 3 points is probably the best way to go in this situation. In other words, comment below, let me know what you guys thought of the decision, and after that, make sure you like the video so I know you guys are enjoying the content that's going on. If you can't tell, this is my ending after this point. Make sure you, if you haven't yet, press that subscribe button and make sure you activate the notifications. Give me a bell, guys. Drop me a bell. Make sure you get those notifications. Yeah. In other words, you guys, I hope you guys have a great day and a fun one as well.